Hi everybody, Migs from MigsTCG and Rowlett from MigsTCG. And Happy New Year! We were not able to bring you a video earlier on this year, the beginning of, but that's because we were traveling to Portland in order to participate in the Portland Regionals. And it was a fun experience. My goal was to make it to day 2, but sadly day 2 continues to elude me. I was playing the Charizard deck. I thought it was a pretty optimized build. I had enough deck searches. I had enough refreshers for hands and everything. I wasn't seeing them. Sadly for me, it ended up to the 3rd round. Once I took 3 consecutive losses, I decided, you know what? I'm just going to go around and do some side events. So hopefully take a little bit of that edge off. I, however, do not feel like I misplayed. I feel like, I don't know, like maybe just luck wasn't on my side that day. If I would have probably kept going, I probably would have won a match or 2 here and there. But that day, I don't know, I wasn't feeling it. But it is what it is. Thankfully though, Wifey did do a lot better than I did. Wifey did, she won her first 2 matches, tied her 3rd, and only because it was a mirror match and there was no way if they were either gonna win. They were both playing Snorlax Stall. Of course, I told you, she is evil. I told you. But she's playing Snorlax Stall. Once that her opponent flipped up their cards and realized what each of them was playing, they were like, her opponent offered, I want to just tie. They ended up just calling it a tie and proceeding over to the next round, where she proceeded to lose the last 2 rounds. So after round 5, she decided she was going to drop. She wanted to give herself a little bit more of a cushion, so maybe if there would have been 1 loss in there after round 3 and 1 win, she probably would have felt a little bit better and decided to continue. But after round 5, you start getting a little bit of like hesitation, you start getting tired, you need more coffee. It's, especially with a deck like that, that's very like, you have to plan out your every move, because there's so many moves you can make and not every single move is a correct one. So sadly she ended up dropping as well, and we just headed to the hotel after that. Metskis, who was our 3rd companion, he did decide that he was just gonna like drop after 3rd round, but he lost the 1st round, won a 2nd, and then lost 3rd, but then decided, you know what, since he is a collector more than anything, he decided, I'm just gonna go ahead, do side events, play against judges, things like that, experience what my first Pokemon Regionals has to offer me. And he did just that. He had a lot of fun, I want to say. We did not touch any of the food in the little area, except for me, who needed a Gatorade here and there. So yeah, Gatorades are expensive in there, $6 for a little one. But yeah, it was overall a very fun experience. Most of my opponents were very nice people, I will say that. There was a lot of Lost Box Giratina. At least for my first 3 matches, I did 3 different ones. Lost Box Giratina, I played against Golden Go, and I played against like a Chimpao Palkia build, which was honestly pretty fun. Like, he was probably like my opponent who I talked to the most. For those of you who don't know, I tend to get a little bit anxious in big crowds, so I try to do my best here and there, but sometimes it doesn't work. And in the beginning of each event, that's something like that, it's very overwhelming, and I try my best, but sometimes it's just, like I said, it doesn't do me any good, it doesn't work, and then it's like, I can't play well, I can't reason, I need some time. But like I said, as time progresses, maybe it gets a little bit better throughout. So my first few opponents, I wasn't really talking at all. I'm pretty sure they were nice people, but I wasn't really talking at all. And then my 2nd and 3rd opponent, I maybe started opening up a little bit. Once I was out of the tournament, because I started to drop and I was just feeling miserable, I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna go do side events. I did a pack battle, and the people I met there were very kind. It was like a mom and her son, and another person who was there, but he was like waiting for their friends or he was there rooting for their friends who was doing like the tournament and stuff like that, the main event. And it was fun. It was fun to play that. There was literally no pressure, and pack battles are really super easy. You just kind of try not to get knocked out on the first turn. So always go first, guys. Or yeah, always go first. You have a big advantage if you go first. Then I decided to do a judge battle, and judge battles were cool. I've never done that. They come up with their own set of rules. I sadly did not beat my judge. Again, I wasn't feeling it. Charizard was not performing for me that day. And overall, it was fun, but I feel like I need to go back to the drawing board with Charizard and see how I can optimize it the best way possible. And thankfully, they announced a lot of new cards. There's a lot of new cards that are coming for Wifey, what's the name? Temporal Rift? Temporal something.
Temporal Forces.
Temporal Forces. Thank you, my darling. So yeah, Temporal Forces is gonna bring a lot of new cards, like a replacement to Battle VIP Pass, Battle VIP Pass in the form of a card called, I believe it's Buddy Poffin, where they allows you to get 2 levels or 2 mons that are basic with 70 HP or less to your board, which is going to be a good card for a lot of decks. Chimpao, Gardevoir, Charizard, anything that plays small mons like that needs to set them up quickly. And the best part of it all is the fact that it doesn't die after turn 1. You can still continue to use it. So it's acceleration, it's search into the deck. It's better than Battle VIP Pass, at least in my opinion. It's going to be a strong card, so I'm definitely looking to pick up a few of those to add to my deck. They announced a few more mons. They announced like Reller and Rapska, which are kind of like Rapska. I think it's going to end up being like a Manaphy and the Jirachi, all mixed into one. It prevents effects and damage, so it's going to be an interesting like card to see what people do with it. So we'll see if they ended up ending it or adding it to their decks. I know there's a few A specs, like the one that's supposed to be similar to Escape Rope, where you choose what card or what mon your opponent brings to their active spot, while you also get the chance to switch your mon to the active spot. It's going to be interesting. Honestly, with these reveals, I'm definitely looking forward to the future. They announced as well that rotation is going to hit April 5th, I believe. So once April 5th hits, it's going to be a whole new game. Some decks will rise, some decks will fall. Some decks will just disappear, like Mew and Single Strike. But overall, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be back to the drawing board for a lot of players. A lot of players are already back to the drawing board, preparing for rotation and seeing what they're going to add and what they're going to take away. So as for me, I have to do the same. But like I said, overall, it was very fun. I'm glad that all of you managed to come back to the video. I actually want to incorporate some changes in the next few uploads. I want to see if maybe we can do some PTCG live content. I want to see if we can add some other things here and there. I'm not yet to the point where I can actually have a fixed schedule of doing videos here, but I do want to add more content to it. And if it turns out it's just not working, well, you know, there's always Saturdays at 7. In the meantime, everybody, thank you once again for coming back. Thank you for clicking on that video. I do appreciate you all just being here with us, having this nice conversation, just listening to me rant while you're doing something else on the side. It's always fun. So let me know in the comments down below, what cards are you looking forward to coming out of Temporal Forces? Are you gonna pick up the new set, the Paldean Shiny version? I am definitely gonna pick up a few. Tomorrow we're gonna do some pre-orders, me and the wifey, and it should be fun. I'll bring you that content and that opening when we get them. In the meantime, goodbye, keep smiling, and we'll see you next Saturday at 7. Bye.